All right, let's have some real talk. We're going to cut through all the noise, all the hype, and get right to what AI actually means for you as a developer, day in and day out. Let's dive in.
I mean, this sounds familiar, right? For years, it's felt like every week there's some new revolution that's supposed to change everything. You kind of get tired of hearing it. It's really easy to get skeptical.
And that was totally the vibe, you know? Just another buzzword, another trend to just ignore while you get back to the actual work of building stuff. That skepticism was so real.
But then, for a lot of us, something just clicked. Something fundamentally shifted. And that brings us right to the turning point. That exact moment when that passive dismissal just turns into active, daily use.
Okay, so this is where everything flips on its head, because this is where theory stops and practice begins. I mean, it is one thing to read a bunch of articles about AI, but it is a completely different ballgame to actually weave it into your code editor, into your terminal, into your daily grind.
And that is the aha moment. It's when you finally go from seeing it as some kind of threat or a gimmick to seeing it for what it is, a tool, and a ridiculously powerful one at that. All of a sudden, all that abstract talk starts making a whole lot of practical sense.
So what does that aha moment actually look like when you're in the trenches? Well, it's really all about separating the coding noise from the signal. So let's break down how AI can totally change your daily workflow.
Okay, first up, that endless loop of searching for that one piece of syntax you always forget. You know what I'm talking about. That repetitive, low-value task. AI can handle a huge chunk of that, which keeps you in the zone, focused on the bigger problem.
And then there's debugging. Oh man, instead of just staring at some cryptic error message for an hour, you've suddenly got a partner that can suggest potential causes, spot your typos. It turns a massive frustration into just a manageable task.
Now this one's a total game changer. The speed, and I mean the speed, at which you can go from just a vague idea to a working prototype is just staggering. It basically makes the cost of experimentation almost zero, which lets you test way more ideas way faster.
And this might be the most important point of all. When you offload all the tedious, repetitive junk, you get to spend more of your brain power on what actually matters. The architecture, the logic, the creativity, the fun parts of the job.
All right, let's talk about the elephant in the room. The number one fear that hangs over every single one of these conversations. Did integrating all these tools mean I was basically coding myself out of a job?
The answer, when you actually use it, is a really clear and simple no. Not even close.
Okay, fine. What about the other big concern, right? If the AI is doing all the easy stuff, does that mean your skills are going to get rusty? Does it make you a lazier, less capable developer over time?
And again, the reality is the total opposite. It doesn't make you lazy, it actually makes you more focused.
So this is the key idea here, this concept of noise clearing. It's not about replacing your thinking. It's about getting rid of the friction, removing all the little distractions that get in the way of your best thinking. It just lets you operate at a much higher level.
And this shift leads us to a brand new reality, a really crucial one, understanding what the new competitive landscape for developers really looks like. And spoiler alert, it is probably not what you think it is.
This slide just reframes the whole conversation perfectly. The myth, the fear, is that you're in some kind of race against an algorithm. But the reality, the real risk, isn't competing with AI. It's choosing to ignore it.
And this just spells out the new divide, doesn't it? The developers who are falling behind, they aren't losing to a machine. They're being outpaced by other developers who are using these tools to be faster, more efficient, and way more focused.
So let's bring this all together, wrap it all up into one single powerful idea. This is the final takeaway, the thing I really want you to remember from all this. It's about your unfair advantage.
Let me just state this as clearly as I possibly can. AI is not coming for your job. It is not your replacement. It's your force multiplier. It's the tool that lets you build more, think bigger, and focus on the work that actually truly matters. In a competitive field, it is your unfair advantage.
So the conclusion is simple. It's direct, it's actionable, don't fear it, don't ignore it, just use it. And that leaves us with one final question to just chew on. Take a look at your own process, your own workflow. What AI tools are you already using? And maybe more importantly, what could you start using tomorrow to get your own unfair advantage?